Hey guys, Aaron here. I hope you like the spooky Universal movie monster trailer of the Old Dark Lego House. I hope it's thrilled you. It may have shocked you. It might have even horrified you. Okay, I'll stop. This is a trailer version of a story that I have written called The Old Dark Monster House. It is based on the movie The Old Dark House from 1932.
Do you happen to have any idea where we are?
I haven't the least idea in the world.
We've come to ask for shelter. We've lost our way.
It's about 3 people getting stranded in a house during a storm with an eccentric, creepy family.
I've got a funny feeling something dreadful might happen to us.
I like it just as much as Frankenstein or the other early 30s movies.
Have a potato. Thank you. I should love a potato.
Universal had made Avengers-style team-up movies with their famous monsters, but they were lackluster to straight-up bad. So I thought of a writing exercise. Since the Dark Universe failed, how could I write a good movie featuring many of these characters? When I watched The Old Dark House, it was the perfect story. Some people get trapped in a house, but it's Dracula's house. Frankenstein is the butler, referencing how Boris Karloff was Morgan the butler. The Invisible Man would have already arrived at the house experimenting like he did in the beginning of his movie. That's where the bottles and syringe came from. And a crazy Renfield is locked in a room upstairs. Then the Wolfman shows up begging to be locked in a room. The 2 main characters have to survive when they realize everyone around them is a monster. So that's the story, but how did I do the animation? Well, I shot it in 4x3 black and white on my Canon camera, so there's not a color version of this. But I did take color pictures of some scenes, and they completely changed the feeling. On the camera, I upped the ISO to 12,800, the highest the camera can go, to get the grain in the shot, as well as a slightly fuzzy image, and also to be able to close the aperture all the way for most of the shots, because there isn't lots of bokeh in 1930s movies. I started the animation in February, and I finished on March 14th, and then it took me another month to get the voices and do the post-processing. The grain you see over the image was a download. It was the closest grain that actually looked how 1930s grain does. For instance, this is Premiere Pro's grain, and this is the grain I got. I didn't want it to be obviously fake with hair and dust in the frame. On how I made the globe intro, I took a video of the Lego globe, I didn't buy this myself, and then I animated this small plane on a wire. And then I layered them on top of each other. And this is how I shot the double exposure of the title. I just clipped the actual Old Dark House font, photoshopped Lego, printed it out on a piece of paper, and then made these movements with it. And this is how I did the Invisible Man scenes. Good old-fashioned Luma Keen. The titles you see of the monsters are taken from the actual trailers of each of their movies. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Wolfman, The Invisible Man, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. For the rain shots, I took a spray bottle of water and just sprayed the set for every frame. Okay, this shot took like an hour to set up. So we have string LED lights, lighting that up, lighting his torch up, and then we have Lego lights right here. And I put a little piece of sticky tack on that to have the shadow just be enough to illuminate him and have a shadow on the wall, but not make this too bright. I got the blue light just to make this dimmer, because you know, black and white doesn't matter. And I got the spider webs on the very corners of the shot. And for this shot, this shadow, this spider web shadow on the ground is just that. That is just a stud light in the middle of that. And this is a whole bunch of ripped and poked through pieces of paper, so it looks like this. This is how I filmed the Invisible Man taking off his bandages. I glued a thin ribbon around a piece of wire. This is how I made the fire effects with the black light. For the forest, I used the same set I used for a sleep paralysis demon. You know, consolidating. I filled up a plastic tray with water for the river shot. Yeah, it got a bit messy. For the shots that would be too hard, I filmed it in real time with my college's Blackmagic Pocket 4K. This is better video than my iPhone, and certainly my Canon Rebel. This is black and white, and this is raw footage. So that was the old dark Lego house. Another animation I made because it would be too expensive to make in live action. And I hope to make it when I am a full movie director. Actually, no. No one would want to watch this movie besides, like, James Rolfe. Now on to clean up all this dirt, mud, and twigs.
You didn't see that.
Oh, and before you go, here's some bloopers of my friends when I recorded the voices.
Okay, I don't know.
I'm sorry, Casey. Did you see that monster? The one with the cell phone.
It sounds more like, ta-da! It's gone. I don't want to kill you. I mean, what would I do without you? Oh, my sides! Fuck! I never usually laugh out of my diaphragm. I thought that if we found out... This one sucks. I need to say... me.